Okay, okay. Kitos, Elena. First, let me tell you that it's a great pleasure to be here with you and to do this interview. How are you, first of all?
Well, the pleasure is mine, of course, and I'm very good, thanks. Yeah, enjoying Friday afternoon here, so it's all great.
Glad to hear that. Thank you. Thank you for this opportunity to talk to you, since I'm a big fan of yours and the band.
Awesome. Yeah.
Um, Your ninth album, Myths of Fate, will be released next month, most precisely on the 22nd March, via AFM Records, and marks a new chapter for the band. A brilliant album, I must say.
Nice to
With
hear. Thank you.
the uh, it's a pleasure since I've listened to the album three times already.
Okay, awesome.
Mhm. With this album, you've explored new territories within symphonic metal. Can you tell us about the inspiration behind the album and how it continues the band's journey in the symphonic metal universe, please?
Well, we basically made a kind of conscious decision to steer away a little bit from the historical figures. Like we had the last Viking that was obviously based on Harald Hardrada, and it was a concept album. And this time we wanted to explore a little bit more of the mystical and magical side of the all the sagas and everything. So that was kind of the vision Alex had for this album, and I was really on board with it. I thought from the beginning, I thought, yeah, that sounds really really cool.
Mhm. Nice to hear. Leaves Eyes has been known for incorporating diverse musical elements. In Myths of Fate, how did you approach merging traditional metal genres with folk, gothic, and classical music to create a, a captivating sonic masterpiece?
Well, this is always the challenge, I would say, especially with a band like Leaves Eyes, where there is so many elements. So there is obviously the power, but the text is very powerful. It already gives you a lot of images in your head. And then you want to create the music to complement that, and Leaves Eyes has always had a lot of native instruments and, like you said, also Gothic and symphonic influences and folk influences. So yeah, it's not always so simple, but it has to fit the song always. So you have to carefully choose what to use and not to overwhelm the sound too much, I would say. For some songs you can go crazy with the orchestration. With some songs you can't do that because it doesn't fit. And then all these, we have nuclear harp again on the album, for example. That's a very distinctive instrument, so it also has to be used sparingly and cleverly, and it gives a really nice spice into the mix. So yeah, it's always a challenge, but then at the end Alex is the one who puts it all together, so it's, yeah, I think he does it really well.
The band has a rich history of exploring Norse and Eastern European mythology in your lyrical concepts. Can you share some insights and stories of the themes that the fans can expect to encounter on this record, please?
Sure. I mean, like I said, the concept, the text or lyrical concepts are coming from Alex mainly, and he's very, of course, immersed into this Viking scene, reenactment scene as well. That was, a lot shown in the last Viking and all these battles, but also this world. And he researches a lot, he reads a lot, he just knows a lot about it, and it's really interesting for rest of us, for me included, to always find these new exciting stories that they're really incredible. And if I give you an example, we just had our third single coming out and video for Who Wants to Live Forever, and that's, for example, the goddess, the Idun, who holds the golden apples for the eternal youth and vitality. And that kind of reflects on nowadays quite well. People are still looking for the eternal youth, and so it's been going on since centuries, and all kinds of exciting stories. So I think people will really love this album as well.
Superb album, I must say, Elena. Superb
Awesome.
album. A
I'm
superb
glad to hear
album.
that.
10 out of 10, I must say, in
Oh,
the
wow.
discography.
10. Awesome.
Mhm. The band has a strong connection with the Viking Renaissance groups, as showcased in the documentary film Viking Spirit. How does this connection influence your approach to both music and visuals, and how has it contributed to the overall Live Dice experience?
Well, I mean, this is the world, Alex. I just mentioned already that it's really what he's emerged into. And I've been lucky to, have seen a little glimpses of it. Obviously, I've been to Hick now, and then we always meet these groups all over the world, in the USA, in Japan, all over the world. You have these reenactment groups, and it's really fascinating how the craftsmanships and all the way it's very specific, all the battle things and everything. So I'm not an expert at it at all, but Alex would be the one to ask about it more in depth. But yeah, it's been obviously a big part of the band since from the beginning, and it influences a lot the music, both visually, you can see it on the videos, and musically also. Especially in the last Viking, you can hear this a lot, and obviously a lot more albums too. So yeah, it's been a pleasure meeting all these people. They're always very helpful, and given us a lot also to mix with the visuals. Like I said, on the videos and everything. It's been really yeah, amazing to see, I have to say.
Mm. The first single, Realm of Dark Waves, has a captivating medieval theme. How did the concept for this song come about, and how does it fit into the larger narrative of the album?
Yeah, that's actually the second single. The first one was Forged by Fire, and second was Dark of Realm of Dark Waves. So, sorry, are you asking about Forged by Fire now or Realm of Dark Waves?
Realm of Dark
Realm
Waves.
of Dark Waves. Okay, yeah. So that's the second single, and it's about the goddess Ran, goddess of the sea, and you can see it on the video as well. It's visually really striking. There is some underwater footage with the mermaid. So it's the goddess Ran who basically brings the drowned sailors underwater and turns them into these sea spirits. So it's a very exciting story, and we filmed parts of it in Iceland, and it was just came out really amazingly. And fits into the Myths of Fate album perfectly. It's one of these exciting stories that people can really dive into.
Speaking of that single, the music video was filmed in impressive locations in Iceland, Germany, and Poland as well. How did the choice of these locations contribute to visually representing the myths explored in the song and the album?
Well, yeah, I already kind of scratched that surface a little bit there with my answer. So it's yeah, it was filmed both in Germany and in Iceland also, and you can see how breathtaking the views are. I mean, they fit the song, I think. Can't really think of a better location for it. For my first time in Iceland, and I was really in awe of the breathtaking scenery there. And then the mermaid is, of course, essential part of the song, and that was also brought completely different dimension. And again, we had some help from our Viking friends who were then playing the family in the music video. Yeah, so I think it was a quite a big effort for this video, but it really pays off.
Size has always been known for breathtaking live performances. as we can see on some videos from YouTube. How do you plan to incorporate the new songs into your live shows? And can fans expect any surprises during the upcoming tour in support of Myths of Fate? Can you tell us more about it, please, Elena?
Yeah, sure. I mean, we've always had opportunities to bring really big shows like Metal Female Voices, and recently in Wacken we also had, big stage and a lot of opportunities to bring elements on stage. On club shows, obviously, that's not always possible. You are limited with the space and everything. But I think overall the music speaks for itself. You don't need, clowns dancing on stage to make the music interesting. It's more about us bringing the stories on stage to people, and then having that interaction with the audience, which I always, of course, love about live performances. So we will see what we come up for the tour. But yeah, you have to always work within the parameters that you have. Unfortunately, you can't always bring a Viking ship on the on stage.
Mhm, mhm. With the release of the album, what emotions or messages do you hope listeners take from Myths of Fate after experiencing the entire album?
Well, as always with the music of Leaves Eyes, it's very visual and very full of these awesome stories. So I hope people will really dive into it and hear all the nuances, which I always love about our music as well. It has the contrast of, Alex's voice, my voice. It has the heaviness. It has the fragility. It has a lot of colors and details there, also with the text. So I hope people will, hear this and appreciate it and love it as much as I do. I'm so excited about the album.
Mhm.
So yeah, I hope people will also see this and hear it and enjoy it.
I, I I know they will enjoy as much as you, Alex, the rest of the band, as and me as well.
Yeah,
Don't worry, people will enjoy it. Don't worry.
yeah, I'm sure as well.
Don't worry. Can you share some memorable moments or challenges faced during the recording process of the record? And how did the band overcome them, please?
Um, this time the process was a little bit different, obviously. Tosa was not in the band anymore, and so it was a little bit different dynamic. We took our time also to find the perfect, yeah, let's say, time after the pandemic and stuff. It was rough on us also personally, so we took our time, and then we found the right moment to start the album or writing it again. And then from then onwards, I think everything went really well. I mean, it was a nice cooperation with everybody, also with Jonah, who did the orchestrations, amazing orchestrations for this album. And also for me personally, with my voice, it was I entered the recording process with such a different feeling. I was feeling much better about my voice, and I worked on it a lot over the past few years. And I knew I would be able to give more to this album. And together with Alex, we were really pushing the boundaries. And I think I'm the most happy with this album, I would say, out of all the albums I've recorded. And maybe the only challenge was some illnesses. Unfortunately, some people, I got also sick, so the schedules had to be a little bit stretched. But that was a minor thing. I mean, in the large picture, it was all fine, and really a pleasurable process, I have to say.
Mhm. Elena, you come from Finland. And I let me tell you that I went to Finland, Helsinki last summer, and
Ah,
it's my favorite country.
oh, really?
I
Okay.
Yes, I love the city so much that I want to go back to experience the most to visit most places.
Awesome. So you must have had a good weather then. You were lucky.
Kind of. I went
Kind of,
to
okay.
into July. I went in July.
Okay, well, yeah, it
Uh,
should be okay.
yes, yes. Um, how important are these lyrics for you? And being coming from Finland, and what do they represent for you? These lyrics?
Lyrics on the album, you mean?
Yes, yes.
Yeah. Well, it's with Leaves Eyes. I mean, there's one song that is very personal, in Eternity, that I actually wrote for the album, and it's a very personal topic. Um, so that's maybe has a little bit different feeling for me. But the others are more, they are these stories, like you also mentioned. So you have to dive into it, and you have to see, okay, what is my role in this song? Am I the teller? Am I the actual person? And it's like opera on stage also. Like you kind of take a role, and then you want to portray that with your voice and everything to the audience. So yeah, I love it. I mean, I think it's great, and I get to explore a lot of sides of my voice and myself, even in the videos and everything. So yeah, it's not it's the balance between sometimes having very personal text, and in Leaves Eyes maybe not so personal except for this one song, but it's a different kind of feeling, and I love both. I think none of this is worse than other or better than other. It's just a different feeling.
You went to 70,000 tons of metal with other awesome bands. How was the experience for you and the rest of the band? Did you have time to see other bands? Tell us more about it, please.
Yeah, it was really great. I can't lie. I mean, it was a very full-on week, not much sleep, and jet lagged and everything. But it was incredible. So nice to meet everyone again, meet the fans, and be on stage. It's been a while again, and also play some new songs. We actually, it was the world premiere of Realm of Dark Waves, and meeting some new people as well. Very, very nice atmosphere in all. And I got to see a little bit of some other bands as well. Not so much that I was hoping for because of the schedule was quite tight, but some as well, some for sure, and it was really refreshing in every way. Super.
The Myths of Fate 2024 will start and you'll come to Portugal, most precisely to Art Club Porto, on the 30th March, with North Salem and Catalyst Crime as supporting bands. What can fans expect from the concerts, and do you pretend to visit the city?
Yeah, I'm really looking forward. I've never played in Portugal, so it's something I'm really looking forward to. And we will definitely be playing new songs, and also because we didn't really get to tour with the last Viking, so those songs are kind of new as well. So it will be like a double whammy, with all the new songs. And I hope there will be time to see the city. Sometimes the schedules are very tight, but I really hope so. To see it as well would be great.
It's also your 20th anniversary. Congrats for that.
Yes, well, I was in the band since 2016, but I know the band is going for a long time, so that's a great achievement for sure.
What are the band's aspirations and plans for the future?
Well, for now, we are obviously enjoying the new record. It was a huge amount of work again to make it. So now we're kind of relaxing and being like, yes, let's go out with it, let's tour with it, let's play and enjoy it. I think that's, and we hope to, of course, play in the summer and rest of the year. There are also some plans already for the end of the year. So, you know, I really just hope that people will like the record, as you say, and then we'll take it from there in a way. But for now, I'm really looking forward to the tour. That's going to be the next thing.
You are featured as a special guest on the track The Phoenix Eye by the band Winter Storm, one
Hmm.
of the best albums of the year.
Oh, nice.
Brilliant, brilliant. Could you tell us more about that collaboration, please?
Yeah, well, I mean, that was a really nice surprise. I was asked by the guys from Winterstorm if I would like to be a part of the track. They sent me the track, I was listening to it, and I thought, yeah, sure, why not? And then later on, I even was told that they would make a video for it. So then I was also part of that, and it was a very nice day. It was very nice meeting the guys and spending some time with them. They're all very nice, and yeah, it was a really nice cooperation, I would say. Very glad to be part of it.
Let's get to know you as an individual. What are your favorite singers and bands, please?
Oh, this is always so difficult question because yeah, I mean, I like a lot of different music genres. Obviously, I come from the classical background. Um, and then one of my biggest heroes or whatever was always Freddie Mercury. I used to listen to Queen also when I was a kid because my brother was listening to it. And that's always kind of remained as a, let's say, not well character, but just what the music embodies, the also the music of Queen, how diverse it is, how they were pushing the boundaries back then, believing in themselves, and the way he performs on stage. Of course, his voice, obviously, is just amazing. But I mean, there's loads and loads of great singers. I admire great bands. I'm more like a very broad. I listen to songs from every genre, so I'm not really like a fan of one band or even two. So almost in every genre, I think there you can find great songs, and I like to keep that kind of open-minded. But having said that, my one favorite genre is always going to be the 80s rock and metal. I really like that.
Mhm. Elena, once again, Kitos, and
Ah,
it
I love
was a
you.
great it was a great pleasure to interview you. Could you leave a message to all the fans of the band and the metalheads out there, please?
Sure. I mean, it was an absolute pleasure to talk to you again. And I really hope you all enjoy our new album. And I hope to see you on the tour as well so we can play live finally and rock together.